Hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Story. It is now spring in-game, just like in real life, and just like in real life I've been raring to go and do things outside. So I've been tending to the garden a little bit and to the house. I've been making lots of food, and as you could just see, I now have leather armor, which makes me feel a lot more safe. We just had a temporal storm and there is just still a drifter down in there with my chickens, so now I'm thinking, should I risk it and try to fight him? I could hurt my chickens that way and I don't want that. Or maybe it will just despawn eventually. Maybe I should wait for that. But there is one specific thing that I want to do today. So I went ahead and made myself a prospecting pick, which is going to help us find some ores. I was already able to find some copper with it, but I really want to go and try and make some bronze. And that is going to mean that we're going to need some additional materials. So easiest, I think, might be cassiterite. We could also get some bauxite, or however you pronounce that, because I already have some sphalerite. So yeah, all of these names are really complicated, but basically cassiterite is just tin. So yeah, I want to go out around this area and I hope the others haven't just completely pilfered this clean, so maybe we can try and find some things. So I'm doing a thing where I try a very grid-like approach. So I've done all of these, and right now it just gave me very high cassiterite here, which is a good sign. I'm going to look a bit further nearby because I think that is not yet the highest value that we can get, but this is a good sign, so I'm definitely going to mark this area down. Okay, so I've got ultra high cassiterite here, which is pretty awesome. So I think pretty much I could just start digging down here. Let's just see, do I have everything I need? I don't have the highest amount of ladders and torches, but, well, it's just the middle of the day and I think I can, yeah, it can just go down. Oh yes, I found it! There it is, alright. Let's dig up this stuff. Wait, but that's not it, right? This continues somewhere? Yes. Okay, so it looks like I got 27 chunks out of this. I'm not sure if there could be some further nodes around here. But just to be safe, I will create a few more pokey holes and yeah, just keep this area marked so that I can return, just to be safe. So I was just coming back out of my hole here and it's the early morning and it seems that the rift activity is very high and all kinds of bad stuff spawned up there. Oh yeah, that doesn't sound good. So let's see if I get attacked and maybe we just run. Oh yeah, there they are, yes. Oh, is it just the one guy? I can deal with that if I can hit him. Come on. There he goes. Okay, so as you can see, I currently have a small smelting area in the kitchen. And what I want to make with the tin that I got is at least a bronze anvil and a bronze pickaxe. So Grant told me that this is what we're going to need to move forward into the Iron Age. And maybe I won't even spend that much time on bronze things and just move on directly to iron. Although, if we do that, we are going to need more space for smelting and all that kind of stuff. So I need to get going on making more buildings. We need to have a dedicated area for our metalworking. And I think that is one of the next steps that I'm going to work on. But first, I have measured out. We didn't get too much tin out of the cassiterite that I found. So we will need to stay on the lower end of the percentage that we need of the cassiterite. So if I remove just one of those, it's not going to make that's not going to make any bronze. So we need that, and then we're going to have 1,300 units. So that means I can make an anvil, I can make a pickaxe, and I will still have 300 units left over that I can make maybe ingots out of, or maybe a second pickaxe. And then we can use that pickaxe to get some iron. So I'm guessing this is going to take a bit of coal because this is quite a lot of material at once. And now we wait. Okay, we're getting there. And there we are. Always nice to touch the white hot crucible. Oh, yeah, I need to shift. Right. Well, there we go. So by the way, up here, first of all, Or has made me a miniature version of my own house, and it's so cute. I'm just wondering if I add more buildings, is he going to add more buildings to this? I need to find a really good place for this, but it's really cute and there's so much attention to detail, like the entire terrain. So that's really just so great. Yeah, I love it. And in general, yeah, this doesn't look very nice yet. All of it. I've got these chests that are starting to overflow. I want to rearrange the entire thing. I am probably going to put the chests kind of on shelves, like on a higher level. I think that's going to look good. Like somewhere up here above the windows, and then on the ground we're going to have space for all kinds of crafting stuff. And then I'm probably going to make another level up there just for maybe additional storage, something like that. Yeah, and that is probably something that I can do really well at night. Because, yeah, I can't really be working on additional buildings at night because there's bad guys around. I'm hearing baby chickens. There they are. So they are now generation 3. It takes a long time. I think we need to get to generation 10 for them to no longer be scared of us. But we'll get there eventually. Okay, but since we're here, let's just have a quick look at what I've done. It's not done yet, but I have continued some terracing of the hillside here, and I've built a huge wall. And that wall is supposed to also have a path on top of it with which we can move from the terrace of that house over to where the forge area is going to be. And during the nights, what I have done in here is I have worked on organizing things. It's also not done yet, but I've chiseled myself these shelves for the chests. So that they no longer take up all the floor space, and also like this looked really awkward with the chest in between the windows. And then up there's going to be a second floor. I haven't closed it off yet though, because I'm currently firing some more bowls so I can have some lighting up there, because otherwise bad things are going to spawn. Alright, let's check in on the progress. So I have a bridge here connecting those two terraces. It's currently looking very ugly, but I will fix that eventually. And down there will be a path and a door that leads to outside. And here we have a terrace for the entire forge situation. And in here there's a lot of space, and then up here I want to create a building on top of it. However, I am not yet entirely sure how I'm going to make that. I think one thing I need to do is go over to Grant's and see what kind of stuff she has in her forge, just so I can make sure that I don't miss anything. But anyway, down here in the corner I thought of making something like a permanent charcoal pit that I can reuse. And yeah, I haven't quite figured out the design yet, but I think that's something that would be useful. I'm going to need a lot of charcoal for all the smelting that I'm doing. And underneath the building I found a quartz vein, which is kind of interesting, and I'm able to dig out the quartz now with my bronze tools. So maybe I will do that. I think I can use quartz soon to make some nice windows. So that's going to be good. And I think you can find gold or silver in there. I don't know if that goes for quartz veins that are this high up, but yeah, let's see what I find. Okay, I haven't found any gold or silver yet, but quite a lot of quartz, and now that I've already dug out all of that, I'm wondering if it's worth it to create another basement under here. I mean, I have the space now. But talking about bronze tools, I have gone back and got more cassiterite because I've really been enjoying using the bronze tools. And now I'm actually running out of copper. But I think I can reuse the anvil that I have. The copper anvil. If I take a chisel, I think I can make copper bits out of that. I don't think I need it anymore. Oh, it makes copper ingots. And the copper ingots I can make into copper bits? Yeah, great. That's very useful because now I can make more bronze tools out of that. So, as I said, let's take a quick trip to Grant's place just to see how she did it. And yeah, I have made some bridges here that I'm going to build prettier eventually. And I think here there might be a little building too. And then over there we have our entire area. But starting from the end of these bridges, Ore has made me some paths, and I'm really happy about that. You can run really fast on paths, so that's very useful. And down here it goes through this natural cave, which is super cool. And then here it splits over. This is to his base, and this is to basically all of the other bases. So this is Grant's forge. And she has these bloomeries here. And I'm going to need those too. I already started collecting some fire blick, and then we need them for making iron. And also, I think, for making glass. Then, yeah, of course, the forges, we're going to need those. Some pits for pit kilns, I think would be useful. I currently have them behind my kitchen, behind the storage room, actually, the food storage room, which is not the best place. And I would love to extend the food storage in there, actually. So that's just a temporary solution. She has a quern that she can connect up to this wooden axle too. I think there must be a windmill up there. And I definitely want that too. Otherwise, you have to do those manually, and that's a big hassle. And then, yeah, lots of tool racks. That's really great. And there are those racks for the molds, which is also very useful. I'm going to need that. So yeah, this is some very useful inspiration. And I see she kept her copper anvil. So now I want to see how that windmill looks up there. Okay, so basically, yeah, it needs to be quite tall, I think, so that it has enough space. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to put a windmill on my forge building as well. Later we can also attach hammers to that for automatically hammering the iron, which I think is probably also quite tedious to do manually. Alright, let's have a look at the lower floor of the forge. So first of all, here is the smelting and smithing area. So we have a forge, and we have two fireplaces where we can put crucibles and the anvil, of course. Back here we have two bigger pits for firing pottery, so 2 pit kilns. And if we only have like one piece or like 4 small pieces that go in one place, we can, of course, like close up the other holes. But I have seen that you can also like just connect these up and fire all 3 at once, which is great, I guess. Then here, this thing is my charcoal pit, and I already fired some charcoal, and it should be done now. Let's see. Oh yes, that looks good. Yeah, nice. I used hardened clay for this as well as for this. I'm not 100% sure yet that I like it for this. I think some kind of brick would probably also look good here, but those are a bit more tedious to get, so I will have to see about that. There's a watering can right next to the charcoal pit, just in case something goes wrong and stuff actually starts to burn instead of turning into charcoal. And then here we have the bloomeries. And I think I want to try making some glass soon, but I have to find out what kind of fuel I need, because I'm not sure charcoal burns hot enough. Anyway, it's not quite done. We still need a lot of tool shelves and all kinds of things, but it's going in the right direction. Oh, and I also found one of these torch holders, which is really cool because the torches don't go out if they're in a torch holder, which means that if we don't have any torches in our hotbar, which I usually do, but we need to fire something up, yeah, we just have a torch handy and then afterwards we can place it back here, and this gives a lot of light, a lot more than the oil lamps, which I can probably remove this one now. And yeah, then there's this thing here, and I wanted to use my chisel to kind of create something like a chimney or something, which, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue that upstairs. I should for realism probably. But for now, yeah, I just wanted this to look cool for all the places where we fire things. And really everything down here on the lower floor is fire themed. And everything on the upper floor is going to be automation themed, I think. At least that's my current plan. Anyway, let me get out the chisel and see what I can do with this. Alright, so what do we think about this? I think it does look like it's trying to suck up all the smoke. And I've been wanting to do something similar for the kitchen actually, and I need to get on that. So let's just quickly talk about upstairs. As I said, I want this to be automation themed. I want to put the querns here connected up to a windmill, and then I'm going to need those half hammers to work with the iron, and those are also going to be here, and I need to figure out if I need one windmill for that or two, and how I'm going to put all the axles and all the gears and everything, which is why I don't think I will be building the upper part of this building for a little bit, at least until I have that figured out, just so that I have the space to experiment and then can just build the building around it. But I'm going to leave that until the next episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye bye!